Hello and welcome to 4am Art, and in this video I'm going to show you how to draw almost anything in this very graphic, high contrast pen and ink drawing style. And because I like chess, I'm going to use our knight as an example, and I'm going to draw this first as a simple or relatively simple line drawing, and I'm going to go point to point, starting with the head. I'll draw that as accurately as I can, and then draw everything else based on the proportions relative to what I've already drawn. So I'm drawing using a thin pen, and I'm basically just drawing an outline, drawing the details, as well as outlining the darkest shadows and adding intermediate lines for the midtones. So when you draw point to point, you have to be very cognizant of your negative shapes as well as your positive shapes. Negative shape would be the space there in between the head and the front of the chest, for example. And I'm not too worried about being perfectly accurate, such as the number of these bunches of hair for the mane. If you want to be super accurate, of course you'll want to draw a pencil drawing first, erase it as needed until you're perfectly happy. But we'll just go for it here right off the bat with a pen. And if you need to correct things, like the base here is a little bit too narrow, just make it wider. Those previous lines can act as your intermediate tone lines. Don't forget to get your perspective as good as you can. Again, I'm just outlining all the shadow areas. So now I'm on to my ultrafine Sharpie marker to outline the whole shape. And right off the bat, this makes it a little bit more graphic and not so flat by varying the line width. You could make this even thicker simply by going over it again, and the advantage of going over it again with the same pen or marker is that you'll have another variety in the line width. It's not going to be perfectly even. So once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and go to our thicker Sharpie. This is actually called the fine Sharpie, and start blackening, darkening all the really dark areas, and use your imagination to add more as needed. You don't want just these dark spots in just one area of the drawing. You want it to be fairly evenly spread out. So use your imagination here. Notice I'm not exactly following my initial outlines, my initial lines for the shadows, simply because for a small drawing like this, the marker tip is a little bit big. Nothing to worry about. So we're going to keep this pretty stark, pretty graphic. If you wanted to, you could add some intermediate tones simply by using your pen again and adding hatched and crosshatch lines for the midtones, or you could even add a gray marker for the midtones. So feel free to experiment, try this technique, and have fun. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, hit that like button, and subscribe for more how to draw videos, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care. Bye.